Hello again, I'm Jahanzeb with a new video on auxiliary verbs. Look at the following examples. She was watching a drama. She is watching a drama in the hall. She was waiting outside. In each of these examples, the auxiliary verb to be helps to form the progressive tense, a tense used for actions in progress at the time of speaking. An auxiliary verb or a helping verb is used with the main verb to help express the main verb's tense, mood, or voice. The most frequently used auxiliary verbs are to be, to have, and to do. They appear in the following forms. Look at this chart to see all forms of the auxiliary verbs to be, to have, and to do. Now look at these sentences. She had gone before we arrived. She has gone already. She will have gone by then. In each of these examples, the auxiliary verb to have helps to form the perfect tense. Study these sentences. She had been working for 2 hours. She has been working for 2 hours. She will have been working for a month at that point. In each of these examples, the auxiliary verb have and been help to form the perfect progressive tense. Examples of auxiliary verbs expressing voice. Here are some examples of auxiliary verbs expressing voice. My sandwich was eaten by the kid. The car was stolen. Your connection will be disconnected tomorrow. In these examples, the auxiliary verb to be helps to form the passive voice. A verb is said to be in passive voice if it does not show what the subject does. The passive verbs show what is done to the subject. Examples of auxiliary verbs making questions. The auxiliary verbs put at the start of the sentence before the subject make interrogative sentences. Look at these examples. Is he meeting you today? Does he like mangoes? Have you ever been to London? Was she there? Did you see him? Examples of auxiliary verbs making negative sentences. The auxiliary verbs are also used to make negative sentences. Look at these examples. He is not meeting you today. He does not like mangoes. They have not returned my books yet. She was not there. You did not see him. Modal auxiliary verbs. We have another kind of auxiliary verbs called modal auxiliary verbs or modal verbs. The modal auxiliary verbs are can, could, may, might, must, ought to, shall, should, will, and would. The modal auxiliary verbs do not change their forms. Examples of modal auxiliary verbs. Modal auxiliary verbs express necessity, possibility, ability, wish, and permission, etc. Look at these examples. He can play cricket. It may rain today. It would be nice if the rainbow appears in the sky. Remember that be, have, and do are not always auxiliary verbs. They can be the main verbs. They may show possession and state of being. I have a dream. She's a doctor. Do your homework. It was amazing.